Be honest, how big is your fabric stash? Well, if you have been here long enough, then you have seen my fabric hauls. And if you have seen my fabric hauls, then you probably have already deciphered that I have a pretty big fabric stash. But shh, don't tell nobody, it's our little secret. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you guys a new sewing challenge. The whole 30 fabric challenge being hosted by Pink Mimosa by Jacinta over on Instagram. And the purpose of the challenge is to go ahead and cut down some of these enormous fabric stashes. So if you have a fabric stash that's overflowing with fabric, then perhaps you might want to stay tuned to hear what this challenge is all about. Hey Stitchers, your girl Kris here. Welcome back to my channel on social, where it's completely cool to be obsessed with all things sewing, including fabric. So for today's video, I want to chit chat just a little bit about the whole 30 fabric challenge. Now I came across this challenge over on Instagram and it's being hosted by Jacinta of Pink Mimosas by Jacinta. I'll go ahead and put her hashtag in right here so you can run on over to her feed and find out more about this challenge. Now the whole point of this challenge is to sew up 30 yards of fabric before purchasing any more fabric or any more notions. You heard me correctly, you guys. This challenge has a ban not only on fabric but also on notions. Now I know I'm not going to have a difficulty when it comes to the fabric, but I am a little bit nervous about the notions just because I don't have a very large notion stash. But fingers crossed, I'll still be able to get through this challenge. Now I don't think I saw any time limit on this challenge. I didn't see a specific deadline. It's just challenging sewists to use up 30 yards of fabric before purchasing any more fabric. So I guess technically this is a challenge that can run for months and months if you choose, as long as you don't buy any more fabric and notions. Now when I thought about this challenge, I immediately knew I wanted to sew up collections, and I have 3 different color collections in mind. So one of my collections is going to be featuring black and white fabrics. Now I do have quite a lot of black and white fabrics in my stash, and so I'm pretty sure I can get about 10 yards of fabric in black and white prints sewn up for this challenge. And I did say prints just because I typically have a lot of prints in my fabric stash. I'm not really drawn to solid fabrics, although they are becoming more and more of a requirement in my wardrobe for mix and matching purposes. But for some reason, they just don't excite me, you guys. Like plain black, plain white, plain green, plain pink, they generally don't excite me. Now don't get me wrong, I do have a couple solid fabrics in my stash, and I think a lot of them are more recent acquisitions, but for the most part I think I have like 80% fabric to 20% solid. The point is, I don't have a lot of solid fabrics. Now my second collection is going to be featuring pink and red, I think, or pink and purple fabrics, but I think I'm more leaning towards pink and red, just because at the top of my mind I can think about a couple pink fabrics that I have in my stash and also a couple of red fabrics in my stash, and there is one particular fabric that is inspiring this entire collection, and it is a pink and red fabric that I recently picked up on my latest fabric haul in Barbados. Now if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll drop the link to the video right here and you can run on over and see all the goodies I scooped up in that fabric haul. Now my third collection is going to be featuring blue and green, I think. Now you guys, before, like, I want to say last year, I didn't really gravitate towards green fabrics. I have recently started purchasing green fabrics. I think before I had my colors done, green wasn't really a color that I explored a lot, but when I had my colors done and discovered that this lovely shamrock green was one of my best colors, I started looking at the color a little bit differently and have started exploring a couple other shades. Now I am a twilight winter, which means deep jewel tones are best suited and more flattering on me, and that green, you guys, just stood out in my mind, and I have gone ahead and bought some double gauze fabric in a similar shade of green that is inspiring my green and blue collection. Now this top right here is actually one of my newest green fabrics that I added to my stash, and I sewed up not one but 2 garments in this fabric, and I did share a video right here with you on the channel. I'll go ahead and pop that one in as well, featuring my accidental lounge set, featuring this top, which is the Chalk and Notch Aria, paired with the Foxy Boxies by Gracie Steele. So those are the 3 different color collections that I have in mind for my whole 30 fabrics challenge. Now each of these collections I think is going to average about 10 yards of fabric. 10 times 3 is 30 if my math is mathing, and I just thought that this would be a cool spin on the whole 30 fabrics challenge. Now I haven't quite fleshed out all of the patterns that I want to pair with all of the fabrics, and so I'm hoping to be back to share each of those collections with you, either the planning videos or the reveal videos, depending on how I get along with my planning and my sewing and then the recording, you guys. Sometimes I have all good intentions to record some content about something that I'm working on, and then I sort of get tucked into my project and forget to hit the record button on my camera, and then only midway through my project I said, oh shoot, I should have filmed this for my YouTube sewing family. So please forgive me, these things happen sometimes, but I am going to try my best to document at least a little bit of each of the collections so that I can come back and share them with you, as well as a wrap up of the entire experience during the whole 30 fabric challenge. Now I really think this is a good opportunity for you sewers out there to get involved in this challenge. Go through your stash, pick out a couple fabrics, check your patterns, see what the yardage requirements are, and see if you too can bang out 30 yards of fabric before purchasing any additional fabric or notions. Be sure to drop me a comment down below and let me know whether you're going to join in on this challenge, and let me know if you're going to put your own spin on this challenge like I did by doing collections or something else. Now if you enjoyed this video, short and sweet, be sure to go ahead and give me a thumbs up, and if you are not yet subscribed to my channel, then I would really appreciate if you went ahead and hit that subscribe icon and turn your notification bell on so you never miss any of my upcoming videos, including all the videos about my whole 30 fabrics challenge. Now you guys, that is all I needed to share with you today. So until next time, stay calm, stay cool, stay safe, and absolutely go through your fabric stash. Peace.